What up out there, YouTube heads? Travel Woes in the building. So we're back. All right. So today we're going to talk about the dating problem in America. This is a SYSBM special. SYSBM special. I'm raising the SYSBM flag. If you don't know what that is, calling all SYSBM, calling all SYSBM, we're raising the flag. Are you SYSBM? This is where you need to be right now at this moment. Somebody sent me another video. I'm done, man. Listen here, man. Let's kick the ballistics. You cannot solve the dating problem in America. So I don't know why we keep talking about it. I don't know why we keep talking about it. Are you SYSBM? I don't know why you keep talking about it. You can't solve the dating problem in America. So why are we talking about it? You can't solve it. It's not in your control. It's not in your control. I don't like to talk about things that are out of my control. Because I know one thing I can only do, I know one thing I can do for sure, and that's control myself. The other things, they don't measure because I can do nothing about them. I can do nothing about them. So why bother? Why continue to put your energy and beat yourself down? You can't solve the dating problem in America. It's out of your control. You just see that the women want 256 men in the whole country. They want the athletes, the small number of athletes that get drafted every year. I think in the football, what's that? What is the number? In football, it's 256. How many get drafted in the NBA? Let's see how many get drafted into the NBA. 60 players get drafted in the NBA. How many players get drafted into the MLB? 614 picks. Wow, 614. So 256. So let's do the math. This is how many men women in America want. You got 256 for the NFL. You got 614 for the Major League Baseball. It's probably the hardest sport to become successful. And you got 60 players in the NBA. So 930 men. So women in America want to date 930 men. Okay? Women in America want to date 930 men. That's what they're starting at. They want a guy who's an athlete. He's got the money because he's got the money and he's got the body. He's got the body and the money. Okay? So that's where they want to start. Then from there, if they don't get those guys, then they go down to, I don't know. Where do they go? We don't know. Maybe they go down to a lawyer or a doctor, somebody like that. But those guys are going to be at least 22, 3 years of law school, 25, 6 years to become a doctor. So the guys that they end up looking for are going to be anywhere between 25 and 28 years old. Okay. So that means if you're under 25 years of age and you're not a doctor or a lawyer, and really, what are we, when we try to talk about the dating problem in America, what are our ages? Because if you already been married and divorced, if you already have had children and never was married, I don't think you're the best expert to be discussing this topic. Your fun is over. You're not dating anyone. Dating is something young people do. Okay, the merry-go-round, that's something that young people do. Young people date. At what age, as a man, should you stop dating? Let's understand what dating means in American parlance, because there's courtship and dating is American. Dating meaning American, meaning American. What's the meaning of American? Dating. The meaning of the word dating shifted after the sexual revolution to include a more informal use referring to a romantic sexual relationship itself beyond the introductory or trial stage, but prior to marriage. Although informal, this meaning is very common and is used in formal speech as well as writing. What does dating mean in the US? A date is an appointment to meet someone or to go out with them, especially someone with whom you are having or may soon have a romantic relationship. See, when I was growing up, I was very sheltered. And they would say, in school, they would say, who you go out with? Or I go out with so and so. You know, like you go out. When you go out, this is who you with. You only go out with this person. Or you go out with so and so. You know, sometimes it'd be one girl and she would go out with two guys and it'd be a fight. Or she'd go out with three guys. Some girls were like that. They were headstrong. They would go out with however many guys they wanted to, or they would just stick with one guy. And he might go out with however many girls he wanted to. It depends on the girl, the woman. I just think what we're talking about is the wrong things, man. I think we're too old to be talking about dating. As black men, we're too old to be talking about dating. You know. Hold on a minute. Um, so that's what I would say. Like the first thing I would say is when we say dating, what are we really talking about? Like, how old are we? Like, I'm in my 40s, bro. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not dating anybody. I think if you're over 24, you're not dating. If you're over 24, you're not dating. Because a normal man in his 20s is about to be married, is either engaged, married, and or having his first child. That's how it should go. You already been dating, and then you get married, and it either works out or it doesn't, and then you transition into the next version of yourself. You're either still married or you're divorced. I think though it's easier with technology and all these things to stay married. I think it's easier. I think it's a big support to stay married than it used to be. But I don't know. These old dudes just talking about dating. Bro, I don't want to be 60 years old dating nobody. I don't know, what's going on. First off, what's going on in America? None of you can fix it. So if you're not satisfied with the results, right? Why participate? Think of it like a job. Think of it like a job, right? You have a job. If you don't like the job, what do? You leave. You beat it. You kick bricks. You get the fuck on, right? You get out of here. If you don't like the job, you fucking leave, right? So dating, uh, um, being a man, well, not a man, that's not really what being a man is. Being a male, your role is to go after women and find a suitable partner. That's your role, that's your job, right? You perform that job well, that happens. You perform that job badly, it doesn't happen. But that's your job. Now, in America, dating is fucked. I mean, can you even get a date in America? So it's like this paradox. It's a paradox. It's a paradoxical. It's what we call a paradoxical conversation. In that you can't even get a date to be dating for dating to not be working for you because you have to get a date. So you have to meet a girl and you have to say to her, "Hey, I want to take you out." And she has to say, "Okay, here's my information. Let's set up a time and a date." And then you set up a time and a date, and she either blows you off, which is leaving you on read, which is most likely what's going to happen, or you set the date and she cancels at the last minute. She stands you up. See, a lot of guys don't understand that variety thing you're trying to do, it's not working. That variety is not working. You're stuck with the women you already know. In this era, you're stuck with the women that you already know. So if you know women in your circle through cousins, through female cousins or male cousins, or your friends' wives, friends, or the women you know, you may have a chance. But trying to date strange women when all of them only want 930 men, the millions of women only want 930 men. That's the total combined amount of all the athletes drafted this year in America. 930 men. You cannot solve the dating problem with that, with people thinking like that. And I've shared with you guys a lot. I need to, you know what I'm going to do? I need to change this title. I'm going to have to read you guys the book. I'm gonna have to find my Kindle. Let me hold on. Let me see if I have it here. Because these guys, man, they not helping you. These guys, they not helping you. Okay, they not helping you. I think I shared this with you guys already. There's a book. There's a there's a scientific social principle called Buford's law. Buford's law. Buford's law talks about who controls the human kingdom. And I have it right here. I have the book. I have the book. Please remove the book from your device and re-download it. What device is the book on? Oh man. Oh, I don't got the book. What happened? It won't let me re-download it. Why won't it let me re-download the book? Let me see something. I gotta find my Kindle. It won't let me. It won't let me give you guys the book. Let me see something here. Cannot be open. Why can't I open the book? Wow. The one book I need to open, it won't let me open it. That's crazy. Hold on a minute. Give me 1 second here, guys. I gotta figure out why it won't let me download this book. It's a free book, by the way. It's on Amazon. I gotta re-download it again. This technology is so bad. You know, I don't have a clue where my Kindle is at. So Kindle. I think I gave it and they removed it. It's lost. So I have no idea where my Kindle's at. It might be on my phone. Let me see something. Maybe it's on my phone. Let me see. It's on my phone. I'm gonna have to read this book to you guys because um let me see. I gotta make that book about. Okay. This is the library. Okay, let's see here. Let me try to download it again. I don't know what's going on. See, you gotta remember, you're not I don't wanna be like that, but these guys you listening to, most of them, they're not talking from a place of intellect. They're talking from emotions. Kind of like they're like they're like a patient, okay? They're like a patient, all right? And you're like their therapist. Oh my God, what is going on, bro? It was here before. Let me see something here. So you gotta really study this stuff, you know? You gotta really study this stuff. And I did. I really studied this stuff. I don't know what they did. They always doing something. They probably took it down. Nothing's working. I can't open my Kindle. It's not working. Kindle won't let me open it. So I gotta see if I can find a book for you guys. Oh boy. Hold on, give me a second here. I had the whole book. I had the whole book, and it looked like they did something. It looked like they did something to remove the book from existence. Let me try my other phone because I had the whole book. I had the whole book. Kindle, not right now. I have the whole book. Okay, here we go. Okay, ha! I got it for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna read from a book called Buford's Law. I wish I could share it with you guys, but I can't. Maybe I can figure out how to download it later. I can share it with you guys, but right now I can't. So this is not really how I want to do it. Let me see something here. Maybe I can. Let me see if I can. It says it's downloaded. Hmm, Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Give me a second here. Okay, I know what I gotta do. Let me try this. I might be able to get it on my desktop. Anyway, I'm just gonna read from you from the book, okay? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see here. Let me let me quit this and then try to open it again and see if we can get it on my desktop. Okay, see if I can get it on my desktop for you guys. Because all the other books open up at this one. I don't know why. And I can't re-download it because it's not gonna work like that. Yeah, see, it won't let me download it. Why won't it open the book on my desktop? Remove from device. I don't want to remove it from my device. Then I won't be able to open it. Okay, let me remove it from the device, see what happens. All right, let me see. If I can download it again. should be able to download it again. Because I want to show you guys the book. And if I don't show you guys, it doesn't really matter me reading. Okay. But I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to share with you guys something very important in one moment. Because this is what it is. And I'm surprised nobody talks about this. Damn, it's crazy. It doesn't come up. It's crazy. They got rid of the book. Yeah, they got rid of the book. That's interesting. The book doesn't come up. They must have got rid of it. Yeah, the book is gone, bro. I think I got the last copy. That's crazy. I can't find the book. They got rid of the book. It probably became, you know what happened? It's probably become so popular over the last couple of years that all right, I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to do this some other time because it's not. Yeah, they got rid of his book. That's crazy. See, I have the book right here. I have the book right here. So let me read to you from the book. I'm gonna have to read to you from the book so you guys understand. Okay, there's a guy named Robert Buford. Let me put his name in the chat. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on because his book has vanished and I don't know why. It won't let me do it the way I want to do it, and I can't. His book has vanished, and I don't know why, and I don't know what's going on. And I don't want to. I don't want to hold you guys up trying to figure this shit out, but something's not right. And I have to figure out what's going on with my Kindle. See, they already attacking my computer now. Okay, enough already. Okay, they attacking my computer. What the hell? Amazon is awful. Awful UX. Okay, here we go. I might be able to show you guys the way I want to show you guys. Because I want to show you guys this in a certain way. And I can't do it this way. Okay, here we go. Read now. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay, I got it. I got it. Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. You're in for a important treat tonight. Nobody is going to share this with you because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to have the answers. But I'm going to share this with you, okay? This is called Buford's Law. Okay? This is the book you should be reading if you want to understand about dating. If you want to give it a try, if you're still blue pill, if you haven't reached SYSBM. So the paradigm is blue pill, SYSBM, and red pill. If you haven't reached the SYSBM paradigm, then you want to read this book. If you want to try to work on dating in America, you got to understand what you're up against, okay? So you want to read this book. This is what these guys don't know. They don't have this knowledge. They don't have, they don't do this. They're more like whining to you. And for them, they're more like a patient and they need to see a psychiatrist. Okay. So basically, you can read this to yourself, but basically, Buford's law is that the female, not the male, I'll say it again, the female, not the male, determines all conditions of the animal family, and where the female can derive no benefit from association with the male, no such association takes place. There are a few corollaries I would add. Past benefit provided by the male does not provide for continued or future association. Any agreement where the male provides a current benefit in return for a promise of future association is null and void as soon as the male has provided the benefit. A promise of future benefit has limited influence on current future association, with the influence inversely proportionate to the length of time until the benefit will be given, and directly proportionate to the degree to which the female trusts the male, which is not bloody likely. Okay? Understand that part right there. To the degree to which the female trusts the male. This is really important, in my opinion, because we of men have a concept of commitment, of debt. Debt. If someone, even if I don't like the person, if someone does something for me, I do feel in some sense obligated to discharge, at the very least, discharge that debt. The female, if there's no such compunction, that means that even if a male has provided for her well being for 10 years, and for whatever reason, perhaps she falls ill or has an injury, or it doesn't matter what the reasons are, although certainly being ill or having injuries are good reasons, would be a logical reason and sure to elicit no sympathy or empathy on part of female. That said, she will not continue her association with it. Why? Because he's no longer providing the benefit. So that, I think, is corollary. One probably is most importantly stress that this ideal that just because you've taken care of or you've been nice, kind to your partner, a woman doesn't mean she's going to regard that as a worthwhile thing in terms of discharging debt, or in terms of hanging back, in terms of kindness, or whatever cost. Okay. So understand that in terms of kindness, the irony is how often do we hear, I give them the best years of my life. And so women don't have that expectation despite themselves not practicing it. Agreement number two, so that's past benefit provided by the male, does not provide for continued or future association. Corollary to any agreement where the male provides a current benefit in return for a promise of future association is null and void as soon as the male has provided the benefit, which is essentially a reinforcement of one's excessive himself. That's right. So if you are providing a current benefit with the expectation that you'll be treated well or get whatever it is you might desire from one, most likely sex, access to the vagina in the future, because you're providing a service or benefit now. There is no connection between the two. They don't link up. Unfortunately, you need to continue providing that benefit in theory, indefinitely, acceleration, and finally, three, a promise of future benefit has limited influence on current future association, with the influencer university proportionate to the length of time until benefit will be given. Okay? and directly proportionate to the degree to which email trusts the male, somewhat more complicated. So, what he's saying here is that a woman who sees a potential benefit in the future will act only to a limited extent based on her own perception of how much the benefit is within reach and how much she trusts the male. So, I mean, I'm not going to give us respect, temporal in dictation, but let's say if a woman sees a benefit 6 months down the line, that might be a worthwhile investment of our time and energy. However, if the benefit is 6 years down the line, it might not be. On the other hand, if she's looking at you see on $10 million, I mean, the famous Kobe Bryant is not really a tangent. The story, apparently, from what I heard, and I'm not a huge basketball fan, world, not sports fan generally, but is that the wife stuck around the husband, not on the advice of the mother primarily, for the purpose of being able to rake it in during the divorce. The mother advised the daughter to maintain the relationship marriage in order to garner his worth would be sort of a long-term projection of association for the sake of benefit. So that's all relative based on the perspective of a female who's choosing to associate with the male. In brief, is all right in talking about the animal family. We are animals, and we see it time and time again. Females shoot the lion male. Peacocks look ridiculous and put themselves in danger in order to attract females, and so on and so forth. But the women he chooses, there's some more and very interesting information about that ideal that Thailand, see, he's talking about Thailand, that are different. And the main point of this guy's summary is that women are universal in their adherence. Pretty force law, where brief US law does differ, it's only in the degrees, the specific degrees which an individual woman and women are actually individuals. Okay. So it's like it's read like a lecture. It's read like a lecture, but I don't know if you were able to follow all of that. And it's a lot. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but this is something you have to look at. Okay. So Buford's law. The woman, not the man. Okay. The woman, not the man, determines the relationship. So when we talk about dating in America, it's not a problem we can solve because we don't determine the relationship. The woman does. There's nothing you can do. You can do that lying stuff, that's the alpha male. You can do that peacocking, that's the peacocking. I mean, like what I do. But really, the only thing you can do is stand around like this, which is what I do, and you wait for someone to walk up to you. You wait for a woman to walk up to you. And if you're lucky, she's your type. If you're lucky, you know, she's a stone cold seven. She's your type. And you go from there. And sometimes, if you're like me, you got to do a little bit extra. You got to be like, but that's it. Anything you do, like that time, okay, I'll tell you the story again. See, I always get what I want. That's the problem women don't like about me because I have persistence and I'm confident, and it's all in a fat body. Women don't like that. How many fat guys you know have their own clothes and have their own clothes made? You don't know any. I'm the only one. So women don't like that about me because I'm a threat. Because they know that I know enough that I'm doing something to get them to want to have sex with me. They know that if I know that, I also know that there's no benefit for them. It's all self gratuitous for me. It's going to get me off. It's going to be about me. And then I'm out like a night. I'm out like a light. They're not going to be able to get any benefits from me because they know I know. They know in a way like an intuition, like, oh my God, this fat dude is coming to talk to me. And he's saying some shit that's confusing, but it's right. And I want to fuck him. But I know if I let him fuck, he also knows, he must also know the truth about me. That I'm only going to deal with him as long as there's a benefit. But is he going to give me the benefits? And they say somebody that's confident has experience being rejected. So therefore, no, I won't give her any benefits. But they can't resist. Like when I was in Medellin. I was in Medellin in the club. I forgot which one it is. It's the club at the end of the block, the last one on the end of the block. When you walk in, Parque Areas, it's a club at the end of the block on the right side. So it's white on the outside, right? There was a baddie in there, man. Her name was Lauren. She was a stone cold 8. Now I knew she was scopamine, and I could tell because she was bad. And that's the type that's gonna do that to you. And I saw her come out the bathroom. And I was like, she's bad. There was nobody in the club. I was like, damn, she's bad. And she act like she ain't see me. So I was standing there, just trying to make eye contact with her. She act like she don't notice me staring at her. So I go like this. And it really went like that. And then she saw me, and then I said, you know what? I'm not gonna, fuck with it. And then I went on about my business because I knew she was a scope king, the scope queen. And later on that night, when it was winding down and it was time to close up shop, I saw her again at the little food thing. I was getting some food, and I saw her at the little food thing. And I hollered at her, and she gave me her WhatsApp. She gave me her number. But so the point I'm making is that um, I always get what I want. That's just the way I. But you got to understand that women do the choosing. So it really wasn't about me. She chose to give me her WhatsApp. Some girls won't give you their WhatsApp. A lot of girls won't give me their WhatsApp. In Thailand, a lot of girls won't give me their WhatsApp. I've never had that problem in Colombia, but they just don't respond. But in Brazil, they don't like to give you their WhatsApp. They like to go right now because they give out their WhatsApp all day. So in Brazil, it's different. In Brazil, they want to go with you right now. They want to go away with you. They want to hang out. You can get a number in Brazil, but you got to like take them out to eat, and hang out, and do a bunch of stuff. But because in Brazil, Brazilian women love sex. They like pleasure. It's not a relationship. See, in other countries, you got to understand it's a big gap between sex and a relationship. And in the middle is nothing. It's just pleasure. Brazilian women love pleasure. I'll say this, if you go down there to Brazil, it's a high likelihood that if you live there with the girl, you're going to be a cuckold. You're going to be a cuckold. A cuckold. You're going to be some guy whose wife gets fucked a lot. Like really fucked a lot. If you go down into Brazil as a foreigner. And maybe that's your thing, maybe not. But I know for African American black men, that ain't our thing. Most of us, that ain't our thing. Any of us, that ain't our thing. So you can take it from good advice that most of those guys down there in Brazil that try to act like there's this monogamy thing going on, no, they're cucks, bro. They're cucks. I'm not gonna say no names, but you know who they are. They're cucks. Okay, you'll never get a Brazilian woman as long as she lives in that country, to be monogamous with you. You have to take her somewhere else, and that requires a lot of money. You got to have a lot of money because you got to go somewhere cool, like Maldives or San Andreas to live, or somewhere like that. You got to go to the Saints. You got to take her somewhere cool to live. Portugal. You got to take her somewhere cool to live, and you got to be careful about that because you're taking her somewhere new, especially if there's gonna be black guys around, and she's in the black guys, and you take her somewhere in the Caribbean. Don't take her to Jamaica. They still everybody's girl. So, you got to be cool. Like you guys remember that thing? Let me show you guys this. Let me show you guys this because you guys are just getting bad advice. There was a singer. He stole a man's girlfriend. I mean, maybe he called her his girlfriend. Famous singer Omar stole this man's girlfriend. You guys seen the video, right? Let me show you the video. Omar, yeah, here goes the video. Let me show you guys the video. Let me show you the video. Let me show you guys the video. I'm about to wrap this up because I'm getting hungry. Let me show you guys the video. This guy, and he's seemed like a fairly in shape guy, right? You would think, he had his chick locked down, right? He seemed like a fairly in shape guy. Okay. Now maybe he called her his girlfriend, but she didn't think that she was his girlfriend. Watch the video. That's his girlfriend. And everybody's cheering her on. Everybody's cheering her on. Remember when I said you're gonna become a cuck? That's what being a cuck is. Look at him. That's fucked up, bro. They laughing at him, bro. They laughing at him, bro. They laughing at him. That's fucked up.
It was that bad girl, like those. You were holding the nigga's dick. The word is not
That's fucked up. Okay? That's the reality. That's not even America. That was like in the UK or some shit, right? It was that at? That's not even in America. That's like in the UK or some shit. But the point is, that's the reality. Okay? Yeah, this was in Amsterdam. So this was even in America. So there's a proliferation of this problem. I've observed it firsthand when I was in Thailand. So now, why did she do that? Well, she wants to be the most sexiest woman in the world. This guy can give her that benefit. This singer, Omar can give her that benefit. That's the benefit. Because he chose her of all the girls. That makes her, in her mind, the most sexiest girl in the world. That's her fantasy, to be the most sexiest girl in the world. It wasn't about Omar Lay. It was about his status was higher than the man she had. The benefit for her was that. Did it backfire? Yeah, it backfired. It backfired on her awfully because now men know that they can't trust her. The mask is off. So she can't get the guy she normally commanded. The body game guy, the handsome guy. She can't get those guys no more. Whatever her scale is, she's down to dating the guy beneath me. Because she's gonna think she's the world, but she's not. She's not. Okay. Because see, women don't think about themselves like we think about them. They don't think about themselves like we think about them. And it's gotten worse. It's become a competition among women of who can get the best man in the short term. In the short term, who can get the best man in the short term, get the most benefit, and then find somebody else to give them consistency. But that's not why dating in America is messed up. Okay. Dating in America is messed up simply just because our economics are bad. Our economics are bad. Okay. There's no fine dining, there's no exotic cars. Like where we should be at, we're not there. As African American men, we're not there. So our economics is bad. That's why these guys are going to these poor countries because their economics is bad. Everybody's economics is bad. It's just we are the ones who we are the ones who have it the least. Africa, please stop AIDS. We're not talking about that, man. Get out of here with that. I don't know what you're talking about that for. But our economics are the worst. So for African American men, dating is non-existent. It costs money to date. It costs money to date, and that's really what the argument is. We ain't got no money to date. You know, I think I went on one date or maybe two dates when I was in Hawaii. Went on one date, and I made the girl pay for her own food. Like I really did. I was like, I don't know what was going on. She wasn't really that attractive, and she ain't seem like she liked me anyway. So I made her pay for her own food. Shit, I had a date in Colombia, and I just paid for the girl's food just to get rid of her because it was awful. It was awful. I thought she was gonna rob me. I should tell you guys that story because when she saw me, she looked at me like, and when I saw her, I was like, "What's that coming from your midriff? Is that your stomach?" She ain't look nothing like her photos. It was a Tinder date, you know. So it's really messed up. It's getting worse. America is just it's over in America, but it's starting to penetrate other cultures. Other nations are having similar problems, and unfortunately, there's no way to fix it. These guys are just talking about it. They don't understand it. First off, you got to understand it. I just explained to you some of it. I gave you a way to understand it. You can still do it if you want, but you can't fix it. You know, you can't fix it. Women can fix it. Women can fix it real quick, but they're not going to fix it because they're holding fast. Between they won't women won't try to fix it until they reach a mass. When most of them are 40 and childish, when a lot of them are 40 and childless, then they want to fix it. Then that's when they're going to fix it. But it's not enough of them that are 40 and childless. Okay? Because a lot of them are just using the guy for the kids. One guy got all the kids. A couple of guys got all the kids. that Nigerian singer, he could have did that with every girl at that concert. He picked her. He could have done it with every girl at the concert. So that's one guy having all the kids. And with singers, it's even less of them. With singers, it's like maybe if it's 960 athletes or something like that. With singers, what is it like eight singers in the world? So they all want 968 guys. If you're one of these guys, you know, you're one of them guys. Tailor Made Dreams got some clothes made as well. Where he got his clothes made from? Where? In Thailand? Like where he got made? Some suits? Nobody wears suits anymore. But so anyway, that's where we're at. Okay. That's where we're at, you know. Um, you gotta understand, you gotta put your energies into what you can control. And you can't control that, you can't control that, man. So we should stop talking about it. We shouldn't worry about it no more. You know, we just can't, keep going around in circles. You know, we just can't keep going around in circles, bro. All right. So anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. Somebody sent me a video. They wanted me to talk about it. They sent it to my WhatsApp. So that's what I gotta say about that. I'm about to go relax. It's Saturday. I don't deal in such trivial matters. I like a soft kill. I like a sure thing. I don't care about stuff I can't do anything about. And I told you what the facts are. So if you're gonna keep listening to these guys perpetually give you false hope and false dreams, I can't stop you from doing that. But just know you have the information. You have the information that you need to at least understand why it's happening and what's being done, the purpose, the intent, the mechanisms. Now, can you change it? I mean, can you solve it? No, you can't solve the data problem. You know, it's going to get more expensive. It's going to get more expensive to have a woman. Trust me on this. It's going to get way more expensive. It's already expensive because you got to travel and you got to pay for places. You got to have a place in America. You got to have a place in another country. You got to pay for that. You got flights. You got food. You got to keep the money coming in. Once the money stops, and people talk about they got pensions, and that's not guaranteed anymore. There used to be a fiduciary thing that protected you from that, but that don't even exist anymore. So, you know, a lot of these guys might find themselves up shit creek in another country real quick. I showed you guys this, right? Then I showed you guys this. I showed you guys this. Let me show you guys this one more time. Let me show you guys this one more time because, see, this is what you got to understand. Let me share this with you one more time. You see this right here? Okay. Right here. 50 to 54. That's all a man has. You got 4 years. Those are your highest years, your highest earning years. It's 50 to 54. Okay. That's all you have. Okay. You see how it drops here? And he's 55 to 60. And it drops here. For some reason, it's kind of skewed right here. But right here, you see how it dropped? You see how it jumped? See how it jumped? But right here, it dropped. This might be because of your pensions and stuff kicking, but I'm not sure. But right here, 50 to 54 years of age. That's all you got. Okay? All right, guys, I got to go. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be back probably later on tonight. So I'll talk to you soon. Peace.